Yes.
We are not going. You are only going.
Yes. Okay, we are live.
There's a 30-second lag, so we just.
Shall I start or Rakesh will start?
I will start.
Okay.
Let Rakesh start, and let me just inform you when we are live properly, right? Right. We can.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, thanks a lot for joining in on this Sunday morning. Really appreciate. So when markets are at all-time highs, right, investors' perspective and actions can vary. And we keep on getting a lot of common thoughts and considerations that investors might have during such periods. Now, it is very important, right, to note that individual investors' reactions and perspectives can vary based on their risk tolerance, investment experience, and financial goals. And it's always wise to conduct research, seek advice from financial professionals, and maintain a well-diversified investment portfolio aligned with your goals and risk tolerance. So, who better than our guests today, Mr. Divam Sharma and Anuj Jain, who are with us on the Sunday morning to share their journey, to share their experiences of investments and how their company Green Portfolio has managed to help thousands of investors to create wealth and continue to help them in their wealth creation journey. So without much ado, I will just like to introduce Mr. Divam Sharma and Anuj Jain. So Divam Sharma is a chartered accountant and CEO and co-founder of Green Portfolio with over 15 years of experience into investments in stock market. And of course, he's an MBA as well from Indian School of Business, Hyderabad. Divam is the member of CA clubs, and of course, he has been the driving force of the company since inception. He has been responsible for customer management, business development, and has played a pivotal role in strategic decisions as well. Along with Divam, I think Anuj is there and has been complementing force behind Green Portfolio. And I would say he's the backbone of Green Portfolio when it comes to the machine which is helping Green Portfolio what it does. So Anuj Jain is a chartered accountant as well and CIO and co-founder at Green Portfolio. And he heads the investment committee with over 16 years of experience in stock market investing and financial consultancy. He brings aboard an extensive skill set. I think he has been mentioned in several international media and delivered lectures on subjects of professional interest and various business forums. I'm your host for the day, and my name is Rakesh Rathod. I represent Small Case, where we have a great partnership with Green Portfolio for the last more than 4 years. And today is just a great day that Green Portfolio is turning 5. And this interaction has been mostly kept to share our journey with Green Portfolio as a platform. And of course, Green Portfolio will share their own journey as well. So a small share about Small Case. Small Case is a financial technology company building a platform for direct indexing and model portfolio of stocks and ETFs, known as Small Cases popularly. In the last 5 years, Small Case has scaled up to an amazing user base of 7 million plus and developed an ecosystem of 300 plus businesses that include some of the India's prominent financial institutions and brands. Headquartered in Bangalore, Small Case has more than 275 employees across engineering, products, business, and growth functions. Now, with this introduction in the backdrop, I would like to invite Divam to share his journey about Green Portfolio, how it all started, how the process evolved, how the overall research operations work at Green Portfolio, and what has been the journey look like. And then definitely we will get into some more very, very specific experiences of Green Portfolio with Divam, with Anuj, how has been their journey. So over to you, Divam.
So first of all, thank you so much for this lovely introduction. And I would want to say that Small Case has been the backbone for us in terms of business. Like Anuj has been the backbone in terms of research. Small Case has been the backbone in terms of our business and our goodwill that we have created. So for for any research house or fund management, it is a chicken and egg problem that you have to first showcase your performance to certain investors, and after that they give you the money. They trust you with all their money. So that initial trust and that initial goodwill has been created through the help of small case, and we've been very lucky to have been a part of the journey very early on, and have benefited a lot from it. So thank you so much, Rakeshji. And who else than you in this on this day would have actually helped us showcase ourselves in this journey? Like, it's a pleasure to have you here as well. So with the last 5 years, if we can go with the presentation as well, Karan. So over the last 5 years, it has been an amazing journey, as told by Rakeshji. So uh, we started this company in 2014. I and Anuj go back to 2007 when we did our chartered accountancy together. And back then we used to discuss stocks, and we used to do CA internship together. So since then, and there has been some background of us investing in through the family in the past. So we carried that momentum, and in 2014 we formed a company. In fact, and 2014 was when we thought that, hey, let's invest together. And in that company we invested, we multiplied our wealth as well. And there were certain investors who actually were actually following us, and were taking our advice offline as our clients. So after that we thought that, hey, in 2017 we thought that, hey, why not take a license, and why not start uh, a portfolio management company. uh, so it was the starting, and we got some initial commitments from some investors who were following us, and who were wanting us to invest more through our research. And our stakes were also increasing in the market. So we thought that, hey, if we do it in a more professional manner, it'll be a better way to do it. Because otherwise if you are doing it for yourself, you don't do it in that professional manner. And that, I think that has turned out to be great for us, because in that journey we have also learned a lot of things. When you manage your own money, you tend to uh, be more in a way be more aggressive, or in a way be more experiencing, in a way you are more aggressive. But when you are actually managing public money, you turn out to be a different professional altogether. So we went on, initially, I would give some idea that initially we were having portfolio of 10 stocks, but gradually we thought that, hey, 10 stock is over concentration, let's do it 15 or 20 stocks. So initially we were buying companies which were which we thought that would turn around someday, like say 1 year down the line. But then we said that, hey, let's buy only companies which have started to turn around. We are willing to pay 10%, 20%, or even 50% extra for that company, but we will not buy it just with the promise that it is going to turn around, like say 1 year, 2 years down the line. We would rather pay slightly extra and take it only when the signs of turnaround are visible on the ground. So those kind of things. The third thing that we did was staggering the investments. I think staggering the investments actually helped us in averaging out our portfolios, and it actually helped us in increasing the portfolio returns. And that's what we try to do in small cases as well. We ask our investors to increase their allocations gradually through SIPs, because investing is a lot about psychology. So we asked our investors to uh, use SIP as a tool. So a lot of learnings and a lot of things in the journey. I'll quickly take you through the presentation first. Take you through the presentation first, and then we will take it forward. So 2018 July we got the license, so it has been 5 years since we got our license. 5 साल हो गए हमें license लिए. 2018 जब हमने start किया, we started off with some friends and family commitment. It was a very small commitment. बहुत छोटा सा portfolio management का commitment था. We formed our initial team of research analysts, then some operations. So day one से हमें ये clear था कि हमारी maximum team जो होगी वो research analyst की होगी. आज भी हमारी 50% of our team, we are 27 member and 50% of our team is research. So that was our thought from day one, that we are a research focused organization and our focus will be research. Initially, when you set up the culture in the organization, you set up processes in the organization. So initial 2 years went on for that. We set up our documentation processes, research process. How do we conduct things? We were busy in taking our licenses, getting used to the compliances of SEBI. So initial 2 years we had a small base, but it was a lot of learning. 2018 से 2020 अगर आपको याद होगा तो markets went down crazy. Only few large caps were performing, but small and mid caps went down. It was right after LTCG was announced on stocks. So 20 मतलब जो initial 2 साल थे हमारे वो काफी down थे. Markets can, it was luckily for us, मतलब usually आप अगर लाइसेंस लेते हो और एकदम से अगर मार्केट्स परफॉर्म कर जाएं तो आप वो लर्निंग कर्व से नहीं गुजर पाते. तो हमने वो 2 साल का लर्निंग कर्व देखा जहाँ पे हम मतलब मार्केट्स वर डाउन and we were trying to set up. So initially we got our initial like 2 years, but a good thing was that in those 2 years we performed very well. So markets were down -13% and we were down 12%. We were up 12% CAGR. So hum matlab in a way we were, the alpha was 25% on the market. So we from day one we were like regularly featuring in the top list of PMS performers, and that actually started the journey. तो वो एक मतलब हमारे लिए, क्योंकि रिसर्च हाउस है तो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज ये होती है कि आप परफॉर्मेंस इज द बेस्ट थिंग दैट एनी रिसर्च हाउस कैन हैव, राइट? सो क्लाइंट को अगर आप परफॉर्म करके दे रहे हो तो नथिंग एल्स इज इम्पोर्टेंट, मतलब परफॉर्मेंस एंड सेकंड सर्विस. सो सर्विस तो तब होगी जब क्लाइंट्स आएंगे. तो क्लाइंट केम ग्रेजुअली. सो डे वन पे तो आप परफॉर्मेंस ही दे सकते हो. तो वी वर वर्किंग ऑन द परफॉर्मेंस एंड दैट केम आउट रियली ब्यूटीफुली. And 2020 then COVID happened. So markets were down, sentiments were down. Unfortunately in this industry what happens is when the markets are up तब पैसा आता है मैनेज करने को. जब मार्केट्स नीचे होता है तब हम बोलते रहते हैं कि इन्वेस्टर्स प्लीज इन्वेस्ट. देयर रेयरली पीपल इन्वेस्ट. सो कोविड आ गया तो फिर उसके बाद फिर फर्दर थिंग्स वेंट डाउन, राइट? सो मतलब हमें ट्रैक्शन, डिस्पाइट बीइंग टॉप परफॉर्मर्स, ट्रैक्शन जनरेट करना काफी टफ हो गया था. तो 2020 में फिर then luckily we went on to small case and then rest was history. We started off working very hard in terms of creating webinars, doing webinars, creating videos, regularly interacting with customers one to one, and that journey really evolved us. That journey really and that journey really helped us understand the investors, understand their psyche. And that also helped us evolve our philosophy and products. I think in the journey, products were very important. So we started off with our flagship product, which is Green Portfolio Special in PMS and high quality right price in small cases. So we started off with that, but gradually we evolved to creating a bouquet of products, which was having a small cap product, having a large cap product, having a dividend yield product, having an MNC product. So we wanted to complete the circle of investment, so that and that's what was required by a lot of investors. So many of them were like, many of our PMS customers were slightly old aged and they wanted a dividend yield product, so we created a product for them. So I think that product niche that we created also helped us. So and then over the last then after that, the greatest achievement was that we reached 8,000 small case investors. We served over 25,000 small case investors. We managed to get a lot of family offices. So today we have more than 5 family offices and very large family offices who really trust us on our products. We managed to create our own standing in small and mid caps. So anything small and mid caps, a lot of large HNIs and lot of large family offices trust us when it comes to this. And we also are able to now, we are serving over 700 crores in terms of AUM and AUA. And it has been an achievement, I think, and it has all been because of you investors. I think it cannot be possible without you all trusting us and giving us that chance to deliver returns on your portfolios. So this is what it is, and we in 2022 were adjudged as the best performing PMS in India. After 5 years, if you look at our CAGR in terms of PMS, it is more than 23% CAGR, and that's in terms of ranking of we were looking at PMS Bazaar in terms of ranking. We are the best performing PMS when you look at 5 years history. So I think that all these are amazing achievements that we have been able to achieve. And I think all because of the team that we have. We have a very able team and very young and dynamic and passionate team that we have across, starting from back-end operations to leadership to research to communicating to marketing to every aspect of the business. We have been very lucky to have a great team. I think that team building also has played a very pivotal role in achieving this journey. So very proud of our team, right? So in terms of markets, I'll quickly run through the presentation. So in terms of markets, there are certain short-term challenges that we have, like the Russia-Ukraine conflict is happening, where some additional conflicts are happening in terms of Wagner, and we don't know where geopolitics is going. We are seeing trade war escalating with China banning germanium for exports. So all these things are happening. The globe is changing for sure, and we are in a very dynamic world, and these are those times when in a few years a lot of things happen, right? So it's not a constant time where things happen in a constant manner. So China supply chain issues are happening. We are seeing peak of interest rates. So interest rates have seen such high jump, which we have not seen over the last 40 years, which is really testing the waters for a lot of economies, for a lot of large economies that we saw. Then there are different geopolitics that is happening. Our geopolitical relations with different countries have been improving. And we have improved our relationships through FTAs with Middle East, with Russia, with Australia, with UK, with almost every country. If that matters, we have very good trade relationships, and that is changing. Really, that is changing the ecosystem that we see as a research house. There are reshoring opportunities. Capital is getting transferred from China to India. People want to diversify their manufacturing to India because of the resources that India provide, the cheaper resources and the availability and the scale that India offers. So that is happening, and there is a good consumption domestically that we are having in India, which is a biggest trigger. We feel that even if the exports are having an issue, the domestic consumption is amazing. If you look at automobile consumption of the last few years, it has been amazing. So over the last like I'm talking about the recent success, even in the recent like last 1 year when the markets were significantly down, we did really great, and we were able to achieve a lot of multi-baggers even in the last 1.5 years. So Titagarh Wagons, which is Titagarh Rail Systems, now delivered more than 300% returns in the portfolio. Anup Engineering delivered more than 100% returns. AGI Greenpack returned over 200%. Salzer returned over 100%. There are many more stories, and in many of them we have booked profits and moved on. So in this market, it's a very dynamic market. What we are doing is we are wherever there are good run-ups and the stocks are reaching their valuation levels, we are booking profits and going to newer stocks which are in the broader market, which are available at reasonable valuation. So I think doing that on a regular basis is again discipline and again the thing that mattered. So booking profits on regular basis has helped us deliver all. We our thought process is very clear that when जब हम invest कर रहे होते हैं तो हमारा thought process ये होता है कि at least we deliver multi-bagger returns on the portfolio. We do not invest for 10, 20, 30%. We invest for 100%, 200%, 300%, and we are willing to wait in those companies for 2 years, 3 years, because that's when the value gets created. 20-30% में आप कोई value create नहीं कर सकते, तो हम उसी तरीके से ही अपना portfolio बनाते हैं. So all the portfolio companies that we buy are with a minimum mindset of 100% returns. And when we achieve that, we do not shy away from booking profits and moving on to other companies which are still not run up. So that's what differentiated us from a normal fund house to stock pickers. We call ourselves as stock pickers. A lot of our portfolio companies do not have overlap with other fund houses that we see. So we pick stocks early. We enjoy the growth, and when the large funds come to invest in those companies, the stocks scale up rapidly, and then that's the time when we exit. So we come in the stocks in a different trajectory, and we enjoy the multi-bagger returns. Of course, these companies pass through our checks, and any red flag in the company, we do not shy away in selling those companies as well. So over the last few years, over the last 1.5 years, there have been some speed breakers as well. A few companies have fallen as well, and few companies have not performed. Few sectors have not performed, like pharma, chemical. We are very gung-ho about the India manufacturing story, and a few companies have not performed to our expectations. Although there were some hiccups, exports were getting hampered in certain cases. In certain cases, margins were falling. In certain cases, the revenue visibility was falling. But अगर आप इंडिया को देखोगे तो the kind of consumption that we are seeing, the kind of valuation that we are seeing, the kind of capex that we are going to see, तो ये कंपनीज ब्यूटीफुल लग रही है हमें. मतलब जो हमें, मतलब आप केमिकल फार्मा देखोगे तो पिछले 2 साल से नहीं चला है, बट आने वाले टाइम में वी सी दैट चाइना से शेयर इंडिया में ट्रांसफर होगा. ये कंपनियां केपेक्स काफी टाइम से नहीं करा है इन्होंने. कैपेसिटी यूटिलाइजेशन काफी हाई है, चल रहा है. विजिबिलिटी ऑफ एक्सपोर्ट्स दिख रहा है ग्रेजुअली गोइंग फॉरवर्ड. प्रोडक्ट्स इनके बढ़िया हैं. तो मतलब वी आर सीइंग अ लॉट ऑफ सच कंपनीज वेयर मतलब आज भी बहुत सस्ते वैल्यूएशन पे स्टॉक्स मिल रहे हैं. हम मतलब बात करते हैं कि ऐसे मार्केट में जहां पे मार्केट के मल्टीपल्स 25 टाइम्स हो गए हैं, वहां पे हमें अगर 10-12 के मल्टीपल पे स्टॉक मिल रहा है और अच्छी कंपनी मिल रही है, तो नथिंग लाइक इट. So that's where a stock picker like us comes into play. So some of the companies like Manali Petrochem हो गया, वो गिरा है, but मतलब वहाँ पे जैसे मतलब I'll just quickly say that उन्होंने पेन ग्लोबल का एक्विजिशन किया लास्ट ईयर. उन्होंने कैपेसिटी बढ़ाई प्रोपेलिन की. उन्होंने मतलब and next 2 years look pretty good for the company, and the company is 32% down YTD. सो मतलब अब यहाँ पे अपॉर्चुनिटी डबल डाउन करने की भी आ रही है ऐसी कुछ कंपनीज में, राइट? लाइक पिरामल फार्मा, देयर वाज कॉर्पोरेट एक्शन, द कंपनी गॉट डीमर्ज्ड फ्रॉम Piramal Enterprises, and that company now that company has a lot of OTC products. जैसे Prega News इनका brand है, right? They have a lot of FDAs. Beautiful company, backing of Carlyle. And they have fallen over 50% from their listing when they got carved out. They have fallen 50%, and our internal targets are pretty high for the company. So we have to stick on in certain cases with the companies. कभी होता है कि कंपनी गिर जाती है, टाइम ज्यादा लगाती है टर्न अराउंड होने में. कभी ऐसा भी होता है कि मल्टी बैगर 1 साल में 6 महीने में ही हो जाती है मल्टी बैगर. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि वो 3 साल लगा देती है मल्टी बैगर होने में. कई बार इट टेस्ट अ लॉट ऑफ योर पेशेंस, बट व्हेन इट डज डू वेल, इट क्विकली रैम्प्स अप. एक ऐसे ही एग्जांपल हमने स्टार्टिंग में देखा था बालाजी अमीन्स का. व्हेन we started off, we invested in that company at 500 rupees. In COVID, it came down to 200 rupees. In 2 years of our holding, it from 500 it came down to 200. But 2020 से 2021 वो एक साल में it went to 3500. So that is the kind of returns that you get when you actually are patient. So these companies that we are talking about, even Valiant Organics, it has fallen from its peak. Beautiful company, Aarti Group, doing a demerger of its pharma business. They have already announced it, and did some capex on the ground, and that is getting live. Beautiful company, available at great valuation. So ऐसी कंपनियां जहां पे you trust the company, you trust the management, you trust that the company is going to do good. आपको कई बार पेशेंस टेस्ट होती है, बट अगर आप उस टाइम पे, that's the beauty of creating a portfolio of 15 to 20 stocks, that some will turn out to be multi-bagger immediately, some will test your patience, and that's how long-term investors benefit the most. तो हमने पिछले 5 साल में 23-24% का CAGR अपने PMS में दिया. मतलब पिछले 3 साल में कुछ प्रोडक्ट्स में इन स्मॉल केसेस 40% का CAGR दिया. See, all these things are not something unique. बस आपको पेशेंस और डिसिप्लिन चाहिए, and आपको अच्छी रिसर्च चाहिए. तो I think that matters, and that's what we have tried to create through our team, and through our communications across our newsletters, across our relationship managers, and that has been the turning point. So if you look at our performance, the large cap portfolio, which invests into Nifty stocks and the best of Nifty stocks, have been able to create an alpha over Nifty. It has given a 21% CAGR. Small cap has done the small cap index. The MNC advantage has given a 28% CAGR. High dividend yield has given 30% CAGR. Green ethical portfolio, which we started recently, which is again a beautiful product, I'll talk about it also, has also given a great returns. Even the team with whom we talk about, from whom we take the Sharia research, is really happy, because they never used to see returns, and despite following certain parameters, we've been able to deliver returns. So high quality, right price, if you see, it's a flagship. There we had some exposure to pharma textile. We are very gung-ho about the India story in terms of the PLI, where the manufacturing is happening, where the traditional sectors, the pharma, textile, chemicals, auto components, capital goods, infra. So the very traditional sectors which are available for cheap and which are going to scale up their businesses rapidly over the coming years. We are very gung-ho about those businesses, and we keep on holding them. तो वहां पे फार्मा टेक्सटाइल का एक्सपोजर था, एंड they slightly did not do well, but again it has tested our patience, and it is going to do very well going forward. And that's what we have seen also. मतलब पिछले 3 महीने में जो हाई क्वालिटी राइट प्राइस ने रिटर्न दिए, वो आपने आपका जो लास्ट मतलब जो लास्ट 9 महीने 12 महीने में जो गिरा, उससे ज्यादा 3 महीने में उन्होंने कवर कर दिया. So it's just about staying in the portfolio. Some people who went off in the panic times have not seen those kind of returns, because वो 3 महीने में ही सारा रिटर्न आ गया. तो I think पहले क्या हुआ था इस पोर्टफोलियो की कंपनीज में, कि पहले वॉल्यूम्स वर मतलब पहले मार्जिन्स गिर रहे थे, वॉल्यूम्स वर देयर. फिर देन वॉल्यूम्स गिरे, मार्जिन्स हैव स्टार्टेड टू मूव अप, बिकॉज प्राइसेस नीचे चले गए अब, मतलब कमोडिटीज के. तो margins have been expanding. We think that it is the correction in the broader market has happened more than the large caps. So these companies are going to do well. I think there is positive guidance in H1 from these portfolio companies. And if you look at the chart, they have done very well. Like the chart over the last 3 months have done very well, and it reached its all-time highs. The portfolio HQRP has reached all-time highs in the recent past. Small cap has done exceedingly well, as we all know. So that's the beauty of creating multiple products, that some product will do well sometime, some product will do well the other time. Because अलग-अलग मार्केट में अलग-अलग टाइप की कैटेगरीज चलती है. कभी लार्ज कैप्स बहुत अच्छा कर रहे होते हैं, कभी स्मॉल कैप्स बहुत अच्छा कर रहे होते हैं, कभी कभी डिविडेंड यील्डिंग स्टॉक्स बहुत अच्छा कर रहे होते हैं. स्मॉल कैप्स में अपॉर्चुनिटी ऐसी थी कि कुछ स्मॉल कैप्स को बहुत बड़े बड़े ऑर्डर्स आ गए, कुछ स्मॉल कैप्स बहुत ज्यादा गिर गए थे, तो वहां वैल्यूएशन का गैप बहुत ज्यादा हो गया था. एंड दे डिड वेरी वेल, मतलब सिंगल डिजिट पी में आ गए थे. इवन आज की भी अगर आप पी देखोगे हमारे पोर्टफोलियो की, वी हैव बुक्ड अ लॉट ऑफ प्रॉफिट्स ओवर देयर. आज भी पी देखोगे तो 11 टाइम्स है, विच इज अमेजिंग, राइट? लाइक 25 टाइम्स अगर आपका कंपैरेटिव इंडेक्स चल रहा है और आप 11 टाइम्स पे आज भी हो, डिस्पाइट परफॉर्मिंग 40% CAGR, तो दैट्स आल्सो अमेजिंग. So I think that is also an amazing thing that we have done. So where are we investing? We are investing into chemicals, we are investing into paper, we are investing into textile, infra. As I said, we are investing into capital goods. There are certain stories like Valiant Organics I talked about, Orient Paper. It is the Orient Paper is there. Then SP Apparels is there. Bharat Forge is there. So there are different stories. Like and every story has its own backing in terms of, जैसे अगर आप SP Apparels की बात करोगे तो मतलब काफी like the crocodile brand, they are seeing a lot of upsurge in terms of China plus one. वहां से काफी सारी जो competing countries हैं, जैसे बांग्लादेश है, जैसे वियतनाम है, वहां से there is a shift that we are seeing towards companies based out of India. They have a good order outlook. Even exports थोड़ी सी hamper हुई है, फिर भी इनका order outlook बहुत अच्छा है. And available at a great valuation. So अगर आप overall story देखोगे, it looks very good, right? So that has been what हम जब अपनी research, जब हम इन companies से मिलते हैं, जब हम इन्हें track करते हैं regular quarterly basis पे, that has been the thought process that we have to ensure that the story is intact. मार्केट तो अब जो काम अपना काम करेगा वो करेगा, मतलब मार्केट कभी गिरेगा भी, मार्केट कभी बढ़ेगा भी, मार्केट रिवॉर्ड भी करेगा, बट आपको ये इंश्योर करना है कि आपकी कंपनी अच्छा कर रही है. तो दैट्स वेयर आवर फोकस हैज बीन, दैट्स वेयर वी हैव वर्कड ऑन, and that's how it is, right? So thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. We are soon going to reveal the discount code that we have mentioned for this webinar. So yeah, over to you, sir.
Great. Thanks a lot, Divam. I think that was a wonderful presentation and very quick one. We got a lot of glimpse of what is happening inside the portfolios, because a lot of times people may not know, investors may not know the real process, the real rationale behind all that stuff. And that is where I think I need to spend some time with our next guest also. And now I understand, being a fellow chartered accountant as well, that what does MBA teach you, which they don't teach you in CA, right? So I think me and Anuj bhai have been like patiently listening to you. आपने MBA में बहुत कुछ सीख लिया, शायद हमें सीखना है अभी. So I think with that trait, Anuj bhai has been a very patient investor. I have been following Anuj bhai, I think, for last 4-5 years, even before I had joined Small Case, and of course after joining Small Case, we had a lot of interactions. So Anuj, coming to you, right? I'm sure you had your own journey of investment before starting Green Portfolio. And as Deva mentioned earlier, that it's one to invest your own money, it's another to invest clients' money, right? There is a lot of responsibility which comes to that. And now, straight going to the current scenario, what we are sitting, right? Markets are at all-time high, and every time when there is an all-time high, that euphoria comes in, that 90 wala feeling come in, ke century hoga nahi hoga types and all that, right? So and we are seeing all that happening around, again, very early days, not seeing still that euphoria on the street, but I think a lot of euphoria is now, at least the symptoms are coming from institutions, fund industry and all that. I keep reading, and I'm sure you will connect with it. A lot of mutual funds have stopped taking money into small cap schemes and all that, right? Now it's setting a narrative that was unke paas bhi nahi hai kahan invest karna hai, right? They don't see the opportunity. So from that background, just want to have your peace of mind that how you think about that. Do you really think that, okay, this is the time when I should say no to capital or something, or no, you feel there is still a lot of opportunities out there, it's just that somebody will have to figure that out?
Hi, Rakesh. Hello, everyone, all the viewers. So, Rakesh, I mean, look, it's a very tricky thing. But from my experience, what I can say is कि जब मार्केट पीक पे होता है तब आपके पास ऐसे स्पेस होते हैं जहां पे वैल्यूएशन का जो मतलब जो मार्केट में जो रैली आया वो रिफ्लेक्ट नहीं होता, और जब मार्केट बहुत ही डल होता है तब भी आपके पास ऐसे स्पेस रहेंगे जो कि आपको मतलब आइडेंटिफाई करना पड़ेगा, जो कि बहुत ज्यादा ओवर वैल्यूड होते हैं। जैसे अगर रिसेंट का एग्जांपल ले तो मेरे ख्याल से जब पेटीएम, जोमेटो, ये सारे स्टार्टअप्स के आईपीओ आए तब कोई मार्केट, ब्रॉडर मार्केट कोई बहुत अच्छा नहीं कर रहा था। लेकिन आप आईपीओ की वैल्यूएशन देखो, इंडियन होटल ने जो वैल्यूएशन अपने पिछले 40, 50, 60 साल के ऑपरेशन में नहीं की, उसकी डबल ट्रिपल वैल्यूएशन जोमेटो ने आईपीओ पे कर दी। तो आई मीन व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज कि मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि कौन ओवर वैल्यूड है कौन अंडर वैल्यूड है, बट द पॉइंट इज दैट मार्केट इज इनएफिशिएंट, और मार्केट इनएफिशिएंट है इसलिए आपके पास अपॉर्चुनिटी है। बट होता क्या है जनरली, लुक, एक चीज हम हमेशा से सुनते आ रहे हैं कि जो अल्टीमेटली मार्केट में लूजर निकलता है वो रिटेल इन्वेस्टर निकलता है। ठीक है, पहले वो अपने फोमो के कारण, जो फोमो का फुल फॉर्म आई थिंक फियर ऑफ मिसिंग आउट के कारण, वो पीक पे एंटर करता है कि यार मेरा तो छूट गया, सबने कमा लिया, मैं तो कुछ नहीं कमा पाया। तो वो पीक में पूरा डेस्परेशन के साथ एंटर करेगा, और फिर जब वहां से मार्केट का फॉल आएगा तो उसमें पेशेंस नहीं होगा, वो कहेगा यार दिस इज नॉट माई कप ऑफ टी, यहाँ से तो बाहर निकलो, ये बेकार है। ठीक है, तो दिस हैपेंस विद रिटेल इन्वेस्टर। वी हैव सीन सो मच इम्पेशेंस इन द मार्केट। ठीक है, लाइसेंस मिलने से पहले, ऑपरेशन जब हमने फॉर्मली स्टार्ट किया था उससे पहले भी इम्पेशेंस के बहुत एग्जांपल हम लोग सुनते थे, बातें करते थे, देखते थे। बट इट्स अ गेम ऑफ पेशेंस। इफ यू डोंट हैव पेशेंस, डोंट एंटर इन दिस गेम। ठीक है, तो आज मार्केट आपको पीक पे दिखाई दे रहा है राकेश, बट देयर आर सो मेनी स्पेसेस जहां पे अभी तक वो रैली का इफेक्ट नहीं दिखाई देता है, या रैली का इफेक्ट दिखाई देता है बट इनका रैली और बड़ा होना चाहिए था। जैसे आज, जैसे दिवम ने बताया कि वी आर वेरी मच बुलिश ऑन द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर, लेकिन अगर कोई बोले कि यार मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर आप लोग केमिकल लेके बैठे हो, फार्मा लेके बैठे हो, 1 साल से नहीं चला, दैट इज नॉट अ पैरामीटर टू जज जज योर पोर्टफोलियो। आपको मतलब नहीं चला, दैट इज वाई देयर इज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी। अगर चल गया होता तो काहे की अपॉर्चुनिटी थी उसमें। तो केमिकल नहीं चला, एंड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इज गोइंग टू डू गुड बिकॉज ऑफ द एंटी चाइना एंड चाइना +1 एंड बिकॉज ऑफ द थ्रस्ट that the government is giving behind the manufacturing sector in India. I mean, they will run. So you should be looking at those shares in a happy state of mind. आपको खुश होना चाहिए ऐसे शेयरों को देख के कि यार ये 2 साल में नहीं चला। I am very happy that Valiant Organics नहीं चला because I am buying it on a daily basis. तो मेरे लिए ये खुशी की बात है, ठीक है, क्योंकि मुझे पता है चलेगा। तो I mean, let us not talk stock specific because anything can happen when you आप stock specific देखोगे तो। लेकिन अगर आप पोर्टफोलियो लेवल पे देखो, आई थिंक किसी का भी पोर्टफोलियो इस समय उन स्पेसेस को रिफ्लेक्ट करना चाहिए जो कि फ्यूचर में अच्छा करेंगे, लेकिन अभी तक वो रैली में रिफ्लेक्ट नहीं होता उसकी। ठीक है, या नंबर्स में नहीं आ रहा, बट देयर आर सम रीजंस। ठीक है, तो जैसे केमिकल है, केमिकल में वो जियोपॉलिटिकल रीजंस है, चाइना का जो सप्लाई से डिसरप्शन है वो एक रीजन है, बिकॉज वी आर, आप कितना भी बात कर लो, वी आर स्टिल डिपेंडेंट टू मच ऑन चाइना फॉर रॉ मटेरियल सप्लाई। तो जब तक मेरे ख्याल से 5, 7, 10 साल में ऐसा सिचुएशन आएगा कि वी विल नॉट बी सो मच डिपेंडेंट, एंड देन सप्लाई इश्यूज फ्रॉम चाइना हमको अफेक्ट नहीं करेगा। लेकिन आज तो ये सिचुएशन है, तो वो एक इशू था पीछे। ठीक है, तो आई थिंक दैट हैज बीन टेकन केयर ऑफ बाय नाउ। उसके बाद फिर यूरोप का रिसेशन आ गया आफ्टर रशिया यूक्रेन, बट दीज आर जस्ट हिकअप्स, दीज आर नॉट अ मतलब कोई ये परमानेंट नेचर का चीज नहीं है। तो ये दीज टेम्परेरी नेचर जो आइटम है, जो कि आपके या तो नंबर्स को ड्रैग कर रहे हैं या पोर्टफोलियो की परफॉर्मेंस को ड्रैग कर रहे हैं, दैट इज नथिंग टू बी डिसहार्टेंड अबाउट। टेक इट एज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी। सो हम लोग यही कर रहे हैं। तो आप जैसे दिवम ने 3 नाम बताए, देयर कुड बी सम मोर एग्जांपल इन द पोर्टफोलियो जिन्होंने अभी तक रैली में पार्टिसिपेट नहीं किया उस तरीके से, बट दैट्स एन अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर अस, है ना। तो अनलेस एंड अनटिल द फंडामेंटल चेंजेस, हमने एक प्रीमाइसिस लिया, हमने कुछ असम्पशन लिए, हमारा कुछ अंडरस्टैंडिंग था, हमारा कुछ मैनेजमेंट से डिस्कशन था, मैनेजमेंट का कुछ गाइडेंस था, दीज आर द फंडामेंटल्स। ठीक है, जिसके बेस पे हमने कोई शेयर सेलेक्ट किया। तो अनलेस द फंडामेंटल इज गोइंग टू चेंज, I will stick to my story. And we have seen in the past, like Divam has mentioned the example of Balaji Amine. Rakesh, you would not believe, जब हम Balaji Amine हमने 2018 में लेना शुरू किया, right after we got the license, when we onboarded the first client, I perfectly remember that Balaji Amine was there in his portfolio. So जुलाई 2018 से हमने Balaji Amine लेना शुरू किया, and हमारे जो उस समय कस्टोडियन थे, अभी भी हैं, तो उनका रिसर्च टीम जो है वो अपने इंस्टीट्यूशनल इन्वेस्टर से बहुत क्लोजली वो रहता है, इंटरेक्शन रखता है। तो वो लोग हमको बोल रहे थे, यार अनुज जी, ये बालाजी अमाइन क्यों ले रहे हो, अल्काइल अमाइन, एवरीबॉडी इज बाइंग अल्काइल अमाइन इज डूइंग रियली गुड, एंड अल्काइल अमाइन इज रियली गुड। ठीक है, अल्काइल अमाइन उस समय बालाजी अमाइन से 21 था। आई टोटली गेट दैट, लेकिन राकेश, अगर आपको पता हो तो देखो, मैं एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ अपनी रिसर्च टीम को। आपको पता होगा 24 कैरेट सोना मेरे ख्याल से 65,000 या 70,000 के बीच में होगा, और आपका 14 कैरेट जो सोना है वो आपका 18 से 20,000 के बीच का होगा। नाउ राकेश, आप मेरे को सिंपल सवाल का जवाब दो, आप 1 लाख रुपए तोला पे 24 कैरेट सोना लोगे या 10,000 रुपए तोला पे 14 कैरेट सोना लोगे? आई थिंक यू विल बाय 14 कैरेट गोल्ड। तो मैंने यही बोला, मैंने कहा माई बालाजी अमाइन इज 14 कैरेट गोल्ड अवेलेबल एट अ प्राइस ऑफ 10,000 एंड योर अल्काइल अमाइन इज अ 24 कैरेट गोल्ड अवेलेबल एट अ प्राइस ऑफ 1 लाख रुपए तोला। तो भैया मेरे को वो 10,000 रुपए तोला वाला ठीक सूट करता है, ठीक है, अनलेस एंड अनटिल देयर इज नो फंडामेंटल कंसर्न। फंडामेंटल कंसर्न माने आपका प्रोमोटर बैकग्राउंड ही टेंटेड है, ठीक है, आपके ऊपर क्रिमिनल केसेस है, आपके ऊपर सेबी का या आरओसी का जो है वो फाइनेंशियल जगलरी का केस चल रहा है कुछ, या इन्वेस्टिगेशन चल रहा है। दीज आर द मैटर्स जिस पे आप कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं करोगे, फिर आप पी रेशो नहीं देखोगे, ठीक है। लेकिन अदरवाइज आई मीन व्हाट आई वांट टू से, तो हमने बालाजी अमाइन लिया उस समय, ठीक है, 2 साल तक हम लेते रहे। हमने 250 से लेना शुरू किया होगा, 400 के लेवल देखे, फिर जब लॉकडाउन लगा 2020 में तब हमने 150-60 का लेवल देखा, मतलब 2.5 ईयर वी वर कंटिन्यूअसली बाइंग, ठीक है। हमारा एवरेज कॉस्ट होगा 300-350 का, और अगले 6 महीने के अंदर हमने सारा बेच दिया 3,000 रुपए, एवरेज अराउंड 3,000, ऑलमोस्ट 7 और 8x इन जस्ट 6 मंथ। 2.5 साल में 0 रिटर्न, और 6 महीने में पूरा 7x, 6 महीने या 7 महीने में। तो व्हाट आई वांट टू से इज इट्स अ गेम ऑफ पेशेंस। I mean, market is inefficient. It will not value certain spaces in the way that it should be valued, but the market has a habit of correcting itself as well. तो आपको सही चीज लेनी है सही दाम पे, ठीक है, मतलब there are so many blue chip share, very good share, but we are not buying them because again 14 कैरेट and 24 कैरेट। आपको सही दाम पे सही चीज लेनी है, and then you have to wait patiently for market to acknowledge that भाई ये सस्ती चीज है, इसको उठाओ। And it has happened at least 30-40 टाइम, जैसा दिवम बता रहा था जो मल्टी बैगर के इंस्टांसेस, at least 30-40 मल्टी बैगर ग्रीन पोर्टफोलियो हैज जनरेटेड इन लास्ट 4 और 5 इयर्स, ठीक है। वो ठीक है, हमारा साइज छोटा था तो हमारा लोकेशन भी छोटा होता था, तो एब्सोल्यूट टर्म में रिटर्न भी उतना ही दिखेगा, बट द पॉइंट इज दैट इट्स ऑल बिकॉज ऑफ पेशेंस। तो आप सही चीज लो, सही दाम पे लो, एंड देन जस्ट सिट एंड रिलैक्स, ठीक है। डोंट नीड टू लूज योर स्लीप ओवर व्हाट इज हैपनिंग बिटवीन चाइना ताइवान एंड व्हाट इज हैपनिंग बिटवीन रशिया यूक्रेन। So I think this is what I would like to say, Rakesh.
Sure. So 2 things, Anuj, I just heard you. One thing very pertinent you said about retail investors, right? And how retail investors lose money due to the feeling of FOMO, या सब कर रहे तो मुझे भी करना है, या कभी-कभी करते ही नहीं है कुछ भी and all that. And I think now that you have a fair understanding about how HNIs think, because they have been investing in your PMSs with very large ticket sizes and all that. And now because you have such a great association with small case, and you have now a lot of exposure to retail investors as well. So I'm sure you would be seeing both of them very closely, that how one behave versus another. And especially in the backdrop when the entire market narrative is set now, that how retail investor money is becoming more and more important by the day, compared to earlier days where a one FI inflow and outflow will decide the fate of the market. And now that we have this consistent retail flows through various structures like mutual funds, small case, and of course, many other structures as well. Just wanted to understand, and maybe if you can help to guide the retail investor. I'm sure retail investors has to learn a lot still. If we can guide our retail investors that what they can do right. Of course, you have already touched upon that, which is patience. But if you can just throw some very specific stuff that, okay, these are the 3-4 things which if retail investor can crack over a period of time, nothing can stop them to match the kind of returns what the HNIs or institutions generate. And of course, not necessarily with very high risk and all that, right? So this is what I want to hear even as an investor. And of course, a lot of small case investors would like to have that wisdom from you, Anuj.
So Rakesh, I mean, this question, it comes before me several times. Mostly when I am talking to some new research guy that has just joined the team. So Rakesh, there is no checklist. And Rakesh, devil lies in detail. ठीक है, और वो डिटेल्स जो है वो सब्जेक्टिव है। आपको मैं 4 रेशो बता दूं, ठीक है, आप ये 4 रेशो सेलेक्ट कर लो तो शेयर अच्छा है, ऐसा नहीं चलेगा सर। इट कैन नॉट बी डन ऑन अ एक्सेल फाइल। इफ अगर ऐसा कुछ हो सकता कि भाई ये 10 पैरामीटर आप 10 फॉर्मूले लगाओ एंड यू विल फाइंड द आंसर, तो फिर तो कोई प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं था, क्योंकि आपके पास सारे सॉफ्टवेयर है, सारे एनालिटिकल टूल्स हैं, ठीक है, आप एक्सेल यूज करो, आप उसमें सारे फिल्टर लगा दो, स्क्रीनर है आपके पास। लेकिन ऐसे नहीं बनेगा पैसा, पैसा बनेगा बिकॉज डेविल लाइज इन डिटेल, एज आई सेड। जैसे मैं एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ राकेश, आई मीन यू आर अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, ठीक है, मतलब मैं एक्सपेक्ट करता हूँ व्यूअर भी समझेंगे, फाइनेंस के लोग होंगे व्यूअर भी, इन्वेस्टर्स हैं। तो जैसे एक छोटी सी डिटेल है, मतलब हम लोग जब कोई भी रिटेल इन्वेस्टर शेयर सेलेक्ट करेगा तो वो देखेगा उसका पी रेशियो क्या है, वो किस रेट से ग्रो कर रहा है। बहुत सारे लोग देखेंगे यार 4 साल से भाग रहा है, आगे भी भागेगा, ठीक है। लेकिन बहुत सारे लोग बैलेंस शीट भी पढ़ते होंगे। बट राकेश, एक बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग एग्जांपल मैं आपको देता हूँ। एक कंपनी मेरे को, आई एम नॉट रिकॉलिंग द नेम, आई थिंक इट्स 4 or 5 years बैक, वी वर रिसर्चिंग ऑन अ कंपनी, rather you know we always research on several companies. तो there were 2 companies जहाँ पे एक बड़ा कोइंसिडेंस हुआ कि कंटिंजेंट लाइबिलिटी में दोनों में एक एक आइटम था, ठीक है। कंटिंजेंट लाइबिलिटी इज अ मैंडेटरी डिस्क्लोजर इन एनुअल रिपोर्ट फॉर व्यूअर्स इंफॉर्मेशन। तो उसमें डिस्क्लोजर था, एक कंपनी के ऊपर 1 लाख कुछ रुपए का पेनल्टी लगा था पॉल्यूशन कंट्रोल बोर्ड से फॉर डिस्चार्जिंग द एफ्लुएंट इनटू ग्राउंड, ठीक है, विदाउट ट्रीटिंग देम, ठीक है। आई मीन देयर इज अ प्रोसीजर एज टू आपका जो वेस्ट है उसको कैसे ट्रीट करोगे, दे वर नॉट फॉलोइंग द प्रोसीजर, और 1 लाख रुपए का पेनल्टी लगा। एंड द टर्नओवर ऑफ द कंपनी एट दैट टाइम, आई थिंक इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, 200-250 करोड़ टाइप का था। तो 200-250 करोड़ टाइप के कंपनी में 1 लाख रुपए का पेनल्टी लगा, इन्होंने पे कर दिया, मैटर क्लोज, ठीक है। और उसके साइमल्टेनियसली एक दूसरा कंपनी हम रिसर्च कर रहे थे जो कि काफी बड़ा था, ठीक है, वो 1000 करोड़ के आसपास का होगा, उसके ऊपर 1 करोड़ का पेनल्टी लगा था, क्योंकि डायरेक्टर्स ने कुछ डिस्क्लोजर नहीं दिया था, जो मतलब डायरेक्टर्स को कंपनी को देना था, कंपनी ने एक्सचेंज ने देना था, वो एज पर एलओडीआर रेगुलेशन जो है वो उन्होंने, दे फेल टू गिव दैट डिस्क्लोजर टू सेबी एक्सचेंजेस एट प्रॉपर टाइम, तो उनके ऊपर 1 करोड़ टाइप्स का कुछ पेनल्टी लगा था, ठीक है। तो अब आप अगर कोई नॉर्मली देखेगा तो बोलेगा कि यार 1 लाख रुपए का पेनल्टी उस पे लगा है, इस पे 1 करोड़ कुछ का लगा है, तो 1 करोड़ ज्यादा है यार। बट एज आई सेड, दीज आर सब्जेक्टिव थिंग्स। आप समझो नेचर ऑफ पेनल्टी क्या है। अगर वो 1 लाख का पेनल्टी ना होता वेस्ट डिस्चार्ज का, वो पेनल्टी 1000 रुपए का होता, इवन देन इट वॉज मेटेरियल फॉर मी। एंड फॉर अ कंपनी जिसका कुछ प्रोसीजरल उसने कागज नहीं जमा किया, उसके कारण जो 1 करोड़ का पेनल्टी लगा, दैट इज अ प्रोसीजरल थिंग एनीबडी कैन ओवरलुक। आप काम करते हो, आपको 4 पेज का लेटर लिखना है, कहीं पे कॉमा लगाना भूल गए, कहीं पे वो लगाना, कहीं पे आप कोई वर्ड ऐड करना भूल गए और उसके ऊपर पेनल्टी लग गया, दैट इज नॉट अ थिंग जो कि आपके इंटेंशन या आपके कैरेक्टर को वो करती है। लेकिन आप जानते हुए कि यार अगर मैं इस वेस्ट को ट्रीट करूंगा देन इट विल कॉस्ट मी हैवी, तो आपने क्या बोला कि यार वो मेरा सबमर्सिबल का लाइन जा रहा था पुराना नीचे, उसके नीचे डिस्चार्ज कर दो लिक्विड को। दैट इज समथिंग दैट यू आर डूइंग डेलिबरेटली एंड दैट शोज द इंटेंट एंड कैरेक्टर ऑफ द प्रमोटर। तो व्हाट आई मीन टू से इज दैट, ठीक है, नंबर्स इंपॉर्टेंट है, मैं ये नहीं कहता आप डेट इक्विटी रेशियो मत देखो, आप पी रेशियो मत देखो, बट देयर आर यू नो एट इन मेनी इंस्टांसेस वी हैव फाउंड द डेविल लाइज इन डिटेल, ठीक है। लेकिन फिर भी मैं आपके जो स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चन है कि 3-4 चीजें क्या वो ट्रैक कर सकता है, आई विल ट्राई टू आंसर देम, बट लेट मी टेल यू दैट दीज आर नॉट द एग्जॉस्टिव थिंग्स, देयर कुड बी थाउजेंड्स ऑफ अदर थिंग्स दैट मे अफेक्ट, दैट शुड अफेक्ट योर इन्वेस्टमेंट डिसीजन। तो 3-4 चीजें जो रिटेल इन्वेस्टर ट्रैक कर सकता है, वो मेरे हिसाब से कंपनी का आप कमिटमेंट का हिस्ट्री ट्रैक कर सकते हो कि मतलब 4 साल पहले कंपनी ने क्या कमिट किया था, वेदर दे डिलीवर्ड इट एक्चुअली और नॉट। मैनेजमेंट का हिस्ट्री चेक करना चाहिए, बिकॉज दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली व्हाट आई से टू माय रिसर्च टीम इज कि भाई 50% पैसा तो आपका नंबर्स और डिटेल में जा रहा है, मतलब डिपेंड करेगा 50% आपका पैसा का परफॉर्मेंस जो है दैट विल डिपेंड ऑन द नंबर्स एंड द डिटेल्स दैट यू आर डूइंग, है ना, जो रिसर्च आप कर रहे हो। और 50% डिपेंड करेगा पर्सन के, जो मैनेजमेंट है, जो एक्चुअली द पर्सन एट द हेल्म, वो उसका क्या माइंडसेट है, उसका क्या इंटेंट है, उसका क्या कैरेक्टर है, उसकी क्या कैपेबिलिटी है, उसकी क्या हिस्ट्री है, उस पर डिपेंड करेगा। तो हमारा जो फोकस है 50% जाता है मैनेजमेंट के ऊपर, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली आपने तो शेयर खरीद लिया, बट वो शेयर चला कौन रहा है, शेयर तो मैनेजमेंट चला रही है ना। वो जैसा कंपनी चलाएगी, जैसा प्लांट चलाएगी, जैसा माल बेचेगी, उसके हिसाब से ही आपके शेयर को परफॉर्म करना है ना। शॉर्ट टर्म में हो सकता है वो ग्राफ वगैरह के बेस पे आप देख लो कि यार ये 5% 10% का अपसाइड है, बट इन अ लॉन्गर टर्म इट विल depend on how the company is being run, and that is being run by the promoters of the company. तो promoters का बैकग्राउंड बहुत अच्छे से देख सकते हो, ठीक है। बैलेंस शीट के रेशियोज वगैरह जो नॉर्मल ट्रेडिशनल रेशियोज है, डेट इक्विटी और कैश फ्लो एनालिसिस, दीज आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, ठीक है। आप पैसा बना रहे हो, नेट प्रॉफिट आ रहा है, लेकिन कैश जनरेट नहीं हो रहा, तो दैट्स अ रेड फ्लैग, ठीक है। प्रोमोटर्स का शेयर होल्डिंग पैटर्न, इंस्टीट्यूशन का शेयर होल्डिंग पैटर्न ट्रैक कर सकते हो। तो मतलब अगर एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल दूं, अगर कोई बड़ा इंस्टीट्यूशन किसी शेयर में बैठा है, तो यू शुड बी फेयरली कंफर्टेबल दैट कोई कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस इशू नहीं होगा, बिकॉज दे हैव अ वेरी बिग रिसर्चर्स, तो ये लोग पूरा बैकग्राउंड वगैरह चेक करके ही इन्होंने इन्वेस्ट किया होगा. यू कैन अज्यूम दैट. सो इट शुड गिव यू एडिशनल कंफर्ट. सो देयर शुड बी स्केलेबिलिटी इन द बिजनेस. आजकल टेक्नोलॉजी बहुत बड़ा इशू है, तो एंड टेक्नोलॉजी इज अफेक्टिंग एवरीवन. आई मीन इट्स नॉट कि भाई टेक्नोलॉजी सिर्फ आईटी सेक्टर की कंपनी को अफेक्ट करेगा, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग को भी टेक्नोलॉजी अफेक्ट करेगा. तो मतलब टेक्नोलॉजी, आपकी जो कंपनी है जिसको आप कंसीडर कर रहे हो या इन्वेस्ट करके बैठे हो, उसके आसपास टेक्नोलॉजी कैसे इवॉल्व हो रही है, दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. उस इंडस्ट्री को जियो पॉलिटिक्स कैसे अफेक्ट करती है, दैट इज ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. टू गिव यू एन एग्जाम्पल, textile sector, we are heavily invested in textile because we think that geopolitical scenario is in favor of Indian textile industry. So that's a thing. So I think this answers the question that you are asking, Rakesh. Huh?
In fact, it answers a lot of my next questions, in fact, much earlier. So I think what I was looking for, one help from you, Anuj, was more from the behavior side of things, that how composed or how patient the large institutions and HNI are because of their research processes and because of the depth what they have. Now, of course, a retail investor will never be able to do that kind of research, because at the end of the day, we all understand it's a full-time job for somebody to do that kind of thing. And that is where finance professionals like Green Portfolio come to help to a lot of retail investors. So coming to Green Portfolio specific, that we have tried to understand the retail investors' goals, their aspirations and all that. And that is where I think we have created certain products, right? Now, Divam, this is maybe specifically to you as well, because I have always seen Green Portfolio being evolved over a period of time, understanding clients' needs, their feedback and all that. And we have created certain set of products which we have already discussed earlier. We saw our flagship product is high quality, right price. Then we came up with a dividend yield product. And there is a very, very specific, I think one of the very few product who is just focusing on the MNC piece of it. And of course, the last and the recent one, what we have launched is the ethical investing. So if you can just help maybe a quick one or two thoughts on each small case and the persona of the investor who should look at this portfolio, that which portfolio suits whom, or it could be one, it could be a combination of one or two, that's fine. And what one should expect from each of this product in terms of their approach, in terms of their behavior towards this style of investing, because the process and the research part, I'm sure Anuj and Green Portfolio team will be taking care of to a large extent. But I think there is a certain expectation of Green Portfolio also from clients that this is how you should behave with us or expect from us.
So it's a great question, sir. See, सबसे पहला तो हमने जो product बनाया, that was high quality, right price, and that was with the mindset that hey, we will buy the best of multi-bagger potential stocks in this portfolio. But having said that, we had certain limitations that we had from our investors. That was discipline, and what we realized, and that's very prevalent in the market as well. When the markets are doing great, everybody is investing. And when the markets are not doing great, nobody invests. So when there are opportunities in those multi-bagger potential stocks, nobody is putting in money. And we keep on dancing in front of our customers that, hey, please invest, nobody is investing. But when the markets do well, everybody comes as investors. So, and that's the biggest challenge with retail as well. And I think to answer to your last question that you had, that when we talk to family offices, like last year, when the opportunity came, we were like shouting to people that, hey, the valuations are near COVID valuations now. You should invest. In March, we were shouting. Nobody invested. But when things are turning, everybody wants to invest. And after some years, maybe after some quarters or years, maybe when the valuations will be exorbitant, then everybody would want to invest, right? And on the contrary, the large investors, if you look at family offices are the most rational people. They would come to you and would want to get aggressive when the markets are falling, because they have patience. Of course, they have additional capital, which they have surplus capital. They do not need that capital for a long time. Of course, they have a different mindset, but that mindset creates a lot of difference. If you are investing, you have to give it time, right? And you have to be contrary. Like Anuj said that हम opportunities देखते हैं कि opportunities क्या है कि मतलब आज see आज some sectors might have run up but a lot of sectors have not run up. Like say IT पिछले एक साल में गिरना शुरू हुआ, गिर रहा है. Now after some time maybe IT might come into a value zone. That there are opportunities that would come out from IT. Banking sector is like that only. Like it kept on falling. It did not perform when the COVID rally came, and then the valuations were very comfortable. And then last 3, 4, 6 months, you saw a great run up in banking. So there would be opportunities at all time. कभी वो sector specific opportunity होंगी, कभी वो market cap specific opportunity होंगी, कभी वो stock specific opportunity होंगी. But you would have opportunities every time. Like last 1 year, even despite markets falling, we were able to deliver multi-bagger returns. So that is the difference. The HNIs would use these as opportunities to aggressively enter the market, but retail would shy away. Retail would come when they see the historical return in that particular stock. So that is the thing. That's why retail investor will make lesser money than the HNI investor. Or I would put it like, if you are more patient, you will make more money. If you are less patient, you are going to make lesser money. So that is the thought process. So in terms of high quality, right price, we brought this product as we wanted people. So see, we are stock pickers, and that's where we differentiate. We are chartered accountants. We understand the balance sheet. We understand the business. We understand the management, and that's how we pick stocks. And we cannot differentiate in large cap stocks. If I am buying Reliance for you, if I am buying TCS, Wipro for you, that is not something where I am differentiating as a research house, as a small or a boutique research house. I am not differentiating. So that's where we bought that product, that, hey, we will bring the stocks which are under the radar, which are available at great valuations, which are good in corporate governance, where there are no red flags, where the story is coming up beautifully. And we will buy those stories for, say, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, till it generates that multi-bagger kind of return. So that is high quality, right price. That is a sector agnostic, currently focused on small and mid cap, but we might also have large caps into it. We are not averse to, wherever we find opportunities, we'll buy stocks where we see that there is a mismatch in valuations and there is fundamentally a strong story that has come up. So that is our flagship. Then we have a small cap portfolio. So small cap came out. So it's the same philosophy: growth at reasonable valuations. So growing companies available at reasonable valuations, and certain parameters, historical parameters that we look at. We look at a lot of qualitative parameters of the story evolving. Theme is PLI, like the traditional India sectors, but similar kind of philosophy of high quality, right price, but small cap stocks. So small cap stocks like less than 2,500 crore market cap, fairly liquid, very liquid stocks, no issue of liquidity, but like slightly smaller companies where the growth potential is higher, right? So slightly more volatile, slightly more higher risk return than high quality, right price, but a similar philosophy, right? So that is small cap compounders. The third product that we have is high dividend yield and capital appreciation. So we do not, as a philosophy, we do not rely much on PSU companies. Mostly we have seen that PSU companies give high dividend. But through this product, we try to bring to you the private companies where there is also a possibility of high capital appreciation. There is a growth in the company. The valuations are cheap. And the dividend yield is also consistent. There's a dividend payout policy and the dividend yield is also consistent there. So we, again, it is more focused towards mid caps at this point in time. The average dividend yield ranges from 3% to 5-6% of the portfolio in different time periods. If the market have run up, the dividend yield would be 3-4%. If the markets are falling, the dividend yield of the portfolio might also be 5-6%. So, but these companies are growing, and then there are capital appreciation also. So again, this portfolio if you are looking at some income generation on a regular basis, if you are looking at capital appreciation as well through investing into stocks, this is the product. So a lot of our like slightly risk averse or slightly people who are like wanting some sort of an income generation invest into this portfolio. Then MNC portfolio is again very high corporate governance kind of companies where there is MNCs usually have very high access to resources. They have access to global research and development, global professional management. So MNCs usually have a very highly professional management, and these companies tend to perform better in a very dynamic environment that we are seeing today. Right? They have so much of research and development, learning access, global product access, that they perform very well in a dynamic environment. So these companies we created in a portfolio. Usually these companies are more expensive than the general companies, but we try to bring to you the companies which are available at reasonable valuations here as well. So mostly mid caps. On an average, say the large MNCs would have a PE multiple of say 80 times, 100 times. This portfolio might have a PE multiple of 30 times. So again, cushion of valuations is there, well diversified 15-20 stocks. So people who are looking for high corporate governance, consistent growth, and a differentiation, these are the companies which will where the volatility will be lesser, the consistency would be higher, and the returns would be consistent. Right? So this is the kind of portfolio diversification that we have done, that MNC companies, mostly mid caps, available at reasonable valuations through this portfolio. Then we have a Nifty stocks portfolio. So a lot of people want that, hey, you are investing into small and mid cap. What about large caps? How do I diversify into large caps? I want to create a diversified portfolio. So we have given them a portfolio where we buy the best of Nifty stocks, which are like say out of Nifty 50, we buy the top 14 companies, where we are also adding gradually, we are also adding the next Nifty 100 companies in the portfolio. So the blue chip companies which are there, well diversified across sectors. We deliberately weed out the PSU companies, which do not give a capital appreciation, or companies or sectors which are not doing well. So we create a concentrated Nifty product where you can do a regular allocation into large caps and deliver an alpha over the index. So that is the diversification we have created through the large cap smart Nifty index portfolio. Then the recent product that we have launched is ethical, which is where we feel that there are a lot of religious. India has a lot of religious sentiments, and across a lot of religions and across a lot of beliefs, people do not want to invest into certain type of companies as a portfolio, like be it sin products, be it products having high leverage. So those type of products, anyways, in our psyche, we take a care of a lot of such things, that hey, we are delivering returns. We have to look like say leverage. We take care of that leverage throughout our portfolios as well. So it becomes a natural thing that we launch those products where we are actually reaching out to people with what they want. Through ethical, we saw that there is a big gap, that people want to invest in those type of stocks. They want to participate in the market, but they're not able to do so because they don't have products, or even if they have products, they are not giving them the appropriate returns. So when this product came now, after seeing returns, people are really happy, and we are seeing a great follow up from these investors, and we see a lot of we see a lot of growth coming in this product. So this is green ethical. It's again mid and small cap stocks, our portfolio companies, but where there are additional checks and parameters that we put in for these parameters to ensure that the sentiments are met. So these are the products that we are offering. There are similar products that we offer in the PMS. It's the similar philosophy that we offer in the PMS. Yeah.
Great. I think Divam, Manoj, I think we have taken care of a lot of our conversations where we understood the process, the philosophy, the outlook on the markets in an overall sense. And I think I kept on stressing on only one thing, what investor wants and what investor gets, right? So I think I just wanted to conclude, and maybe we can have the last remarks again from Anuj and you as well after this. So these are some of the clients which has reached out to us, and they were kind enough to share their journey with Green Portfolio. And of course, after this, we will even share what client will get post this event. So yeah, Karan, if you can just help us with this amazing testimonials what client has sent to us. Karan, I think the audio,
Karan, the audio is not there.
Hi, my name is Deepak. I started my association with Green Portfolio about years back. It has been a great association. And the key reason for that is Mr. Divam has been actively and personally involved into my portfolio management along with his team. And his advice has always been very transparent, authentic, and fruitful. So I've had a great experience with them. And in fact, I've also referred them to some of my friends, and I see that they're also quite happy working with them. So my best wishes to Green Portfolio future.
I'm associated with Green Portfolio for more than 7 months now. So a year back, I had some lump sum amount and I wanted to deploy that for long term in small and mid-cap kind of schemes. So I was doing a lot of research about companies who are successfully running PMS kind of services. So I came across Green Portfolio and a couple of other companies. So what I liked about Green Portfolio is that they're very approachable, and I like the way they research their company. I like their communication frequency. They are very active on social media. The LinkedIn shorts are good. Their newsletters are good. I watched a lot of interviews from the company's promoter and everything. So it built up my confidence in them, and I invested my lump sum gradually. So far, I'm very happy with their services. I think I'm already getting somewhere around 25% return in past 7 months. And yeah, so I want to give it a thumbs up.
Great. Thanks, Karan, for that. So finally, yeah, Divam, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So now that Green Portfolio has turned 5, of course, it's time to show some kindness, show some love to our clients as well, who have shown a lot of faith into your portfolios. And of course, as we already discussed, we have almost 4 to 5 different small cases, and of course, the other PMS schemes and all that. So for all our small case investors, Green Portfolio is sharing love with a promo code, which we will be sharing today. And of course, it will be valid till midnight. So the promo code says Green Turns 5. So this is it from my side. Divam, Anuj, if you would like to share 5-year journey we have already shared, how does the next 5-year look for Green Portfolio in general and markets in particular? Maybe a quick one. We have already surpassed the time, but yes, I didn't want to miss this one.
Anuj, you can take first, I believe.
देवम, इसका बहुत छोटा सा आंसर है. पिछले 5 साल भी मार्केट पे डिपेंडेंट थे, अगले 5 साल भी मार्केट पे डिपेंडेंट होंगे हमारे. लेकिन मैं अगले 5 साल नहीं, मैं अगले 10 साल का बताता हूँ. अगला 10 साल इंडिया का डी स्टोरी है. हमारा ऐसा मानना है कि जो चाइना ने 1990 के बाद जो 12-13 साल लगातार 2 डिजिट का ग्रोथ किया था, ठीक है, शायद हमारा 2 डिजिट का ना हो, लेकिन 8-9% टाइप का ग्रोथ हमें लगता है कि अगले 10 साल हम लोग करेंगे. दिस इज इंडियाज डिकेड, ठीक है. एंड आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट एवरीवन, ऑल द व्यूअर्स, आपको कहीं भी किसी को भी चूज करो, बट स्टे इन्वेस्टेड इन इक्विटी बिकॉज द नेक्स्ट डिकेड इज फॉर इंडिया. छोटे मोटे हिकअप आएंगे, फॉरगेट अबाउट दोज, ठीक है. डोंट लूज योर स्लीप ओवर देम and don't lose your patience. This is what I want to say.
Thanks.
What?
Yeah, Divam bhai.
What I would want to say is that we are growing only stronger by the day, and as a team, as a research house, we will continue to deliver. This is just the trailer, and we are very confident on our research. Anuj is very confident on India. I am very confident on our research because he's the research head. He'll not say that. So we are very confident on our research. So what we have delivered till now is all black and white, and we are very happy that we have been able to deliver that. And सर हमारा मेन तो एज अ रिसर्च हाउस हमारे लिए पैशन है ये इक्विटी स्टॉक्स. सो हमारे एज अ रिसर्च हाउस अगर हम डिलीवर कर रहे हैं लोगों को, इफ पीपल आर हैप्पी, nothing like it, and we will continue to ensure that people are happy to through our research and through our services going forward in the next 5 years.
Great. I think Divam, this was super awesome to spend some time with you guys. And just a last note from my side to all the investors at Small Case in particular, and of course all the retail investors, please don't lose your sleep over thinking that market all-time high pe hai. There are professionals like Green Portfolio who are taking care of that research part of it and would be investing only in those companies where they see a lot of opportunity, a lot of value, irrespective of what markets are, because every company has their own story, they have their own journey. So there are a lot of emotions which I keep on seeing, because I also interact with a lot of retail investors, and this all emotions are so varied that people like us, I think we just need to keep on putting that out, that please don't get into the fear of market, get into specific opportunities, get into specific companies, get into specific portfolios. Don't just book profits for the sake of it. I keep on saying this, जिसमें profit हो रहा है वो तो hold करना है because उसमें profit हो रहा है, right? We don't let our best people to move out of our organization, then why let our best companies to move out of our portfolio, right? So continue with good companies. Maybe the next good company is the existing good company which you already have, right? Again, as Anuj bhai already mentioned about the FOMO, please don't invest just for the sake of it, that your neighbor has invested something and you have not invested in it. That cannot be even the last reason for you to invest. Nahi karoge chalega, right? And lastly, very, very important thing, I think it's all about the participation. This game is very, very unique. Besides patience, I think what Anuj bhai and Divam already mentioned a couple of times, I keep on saying this, that this game is all about participation, right? And on a lighter note, I keep on saying, being a parent of two, आज की तारीख में सभी स्कूलों में सभी बच्चे स्टेज पे है, because the participation is the key. और ऑडियंस में खाली पेरेंट्स बैठे, बच्चे तो नीचे है ही नहीं है. I think anybody who can survive and participate and show up every day is the winner here. It's not about winning, it's only about participation. And even by participation, you will be miles ahead from somebody who has not participated. So with that note, I will take like to call it off for the day. And thanks once again. I know it's a Sunday morning, which has now got into an afternoon zone. So yeah, it's already lunchtime for everybody of us. So let's get into that zone and just spend a great Sunday with your loved ones, with your family. And thanks once again, and looking forward to keep on serving you. And once again, congratulations, Green Portfolio, for turning 5. I think the journey has just begun for all of us. Looking forward to have such more interesting and engaging sessions going forward with all our investors. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.